Good morning, everybody. I am your Colonial Champion, Sean McCarty, and welcome to a surprise. The surprise this week is that today we're going to do our match of the week stupidly early. And the reason for that is that we're going to watch one this morning. It's morning on the East Coast here in America. It's about, we're still in the 8 o'clock hour, I think. Yeah, 8:30, right around 8:30. That's when we're starting this. In 12 hours' time, at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, we will watch our second match of the week, which is going to be the Royal Rumble 2000. Because now that we're on the go-home show, headed towards the Rumble, which, while I'm thinking about it, on Friday, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about projected winners for the Rumble. We're going to talk about where people can go heading into WrestleMania, who's going to be around, who's not, what kind of direction we think WWE should take their angles and where they will take their angles. And we'll do a little predictions as well. We'll do a small little prediction, who we think is going to win, who we think's not for the announced matches, as well as our news segment and our match of the week, which is going to be this one that we review, not the Rumble. We're going to review this match for the show. And then, of course, our Superstar Spotlight, which is going to be Finn Balor. And because of Finn Balor, the way that we set this up is that we wanted to do a show that was, or I did, because Finn Balor was given to me by my illustrious co-host Skylar Greenberg, the Bay Area Brawler, during our ACPW versus NWL redraft. Which, if you want to see that, that is the most recent episode that we put up a little bit later than we wanted to. But that's on the channel. Feel free to do that while you're liking, sharing, subscribing, and throwing that bell button over the top rope, switching it to all, and having both feet hit the floor. Today, this morning, because I've got here, got a nice fresh cup of coffee, which is actually kind of cold. And we are going to watch this match, the very first Universal Championship match. Now, amazingly enough, I have never seen this match. And I've been a lifelong wrestling fan, but I, for whatever reason, skipped SummerSlam of 2016. And I think that was the one that had, was that 2016 or 2017 that had Lesnar and Orton? I can't quite remember, but in any case, they had this Universal title match, and what I remember about the perception of this match was that everybody thought the match was great, but of course Balor got injured, Balor won, and of course the Universal title, that was the first time it had been revealed as the candy cane belt and as the color swatch of the WWE title, and the fans didn't really appreciate it, and this was one of those times that the fans got in the way, I think, of a good match, and we'll have to see if that's truly the case here, or whether Kevin Dunn has kind of done his movie magic, his B-grade movie magic, that is, to change the narrative a little bit. So we'll have to see what happens, because I remember this, from what I remember seeing of the clips of it, is people just dumping on it. But we'll have to see. So this is something brand new for us. So let's take a look. Let's see what's going on. We're going to get right into this. This is the... I'm going to put the link in the description, or not in the description. I will put it in the description, but it's in the live chat now, as I've just said it. The name of the match is Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins Universal title match, SummerSlam 2016. The YouTube channel is, of course, WWE, so be ready for every 4 minutes and 15 seconds, more or less, to get an advertisement, because there's no avoiding it at this point. So you're going to have to bear with me here, but before we do this, I'm going to step off camera real quick and take care of a little business first. And you'll probably, as with last time, you will probably be able to see the business come into the screen. But again, just being safe. Excuse me one moment. In the meantime, just want to give you a little update on the scheduling. This week is going to be just a regular old Court Martial podcast. Next week is going to be our Royal Rumble review, which we're going to hopefully get together and actually release on the same week that that the show airs, which I know is not very frequent. And then after that, we're going to have at least one more week of regular Court Martial podcast. And then the week after that, which will be about the second or third week in February, we'll be having week 1 of our Season 2 ACPW versus NWL fight. So stay tuned for that. A lot coming up. Of course, great matches of the week, great live streams. And I haven't decided yet but I just might live stream the Rumble. I haven't decided yet, but I might live stream the Rumble. So maybe stay tuned for that, and we'll see what we can do as far as getting at least a little bit of a visual on it. But of course, we'll have to deal with that a little bit later. But one more quick second, and then we'll get this going. Okay. Now that that is out of the way and taken care of, let's get this going. So, we're going to start at 0-0-0. Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins. I'm going to make sure this is up enough so you guys can hear at least a little bit of the audio. And I'm not sure what we'll do for the... I'm going to try some different stuff for the live stream, and I'm not sure what it is. You know what I might do? I might record a little bit of this and have this live streamed, and then also take the live stream off and then redo it, kind of like Cultaholic guys do that a little bit. We'll have to see how it goes. I'm not going to guarantee anything, but I'm not even going to guarantee we're going to do it. So this is just a little bit of a teaser, if you will. So here we go, 0-0-0. We're going to start this, and I have been told that my counting has been a little confusing. So when I go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, as soon as I point to you, when I say let's go, so when you hear let's is when I'm going to click. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, click. Got it? Got it. Okay, here we go. 0-0-0. Sorry if that was misleading, if people thought that was what we were doing. But for real this time, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Is that JoJo? JoJo was a man who thought he was a woman? That's a quote, by the way. It's not a political stance or anything of that ilk. Oh yeah, Finn Balor being the demon, which they've done nothing with. And as with most good things, WWE has effectively ruined.
His opponent from Reac, County Wicklow, Ireland, weighing 190 pounds.
Wow, you can't bill Finn as 190 pounds. I'm 190 pounds. Come on, you got to bill him at least 210 or 215. Oh, right. This is during the Stephanie McMahon and Mick Foley era of Raw. Oh, yeah. You want to talk about I don't care. This is 4 years of authority, basically. And at this time, I truly believe that that SmackDown was way upstaging Raw at this point, as far as quality of matches, as far as somewhat as coherent a storyline as they can come up with in WWE in 2016. And we are not 30 seconds into this match, and we've got a dive. And this is why I sour on Finn Balor. Because I like that eye on the back, though. What is this? Cole, Saxton, and Graves? Or is it just Cole? If it's just Cole and Saxton, that's not bad. Oh, no, they do have Corey. Damn it. Now, this is when Seth had just come back from that leg injury, that knee injury, the one with his match with Kane after his Magic run. So I think that was part of why he got this match. It's like a whole different person that they have the exact same moveset in the exact same direction and the exact same. It's like, I mean, it's the same with Foley. I'm not going to knock the Demon. It's just that they were, the whole thing was like, that was when like the worst case scenario was when he brought that out. And then he brought it up for Baron Corbin and not for Brock Lesnar. So, I don't know. That belt sucks. See, this is why I haven't really, as much as I've hated not having fans in, there are times when I'm like, I'm glad that they're not here. And this probably would have been one of those times. And so far, this has been a modern match where everyone's been going 100 miles an hour to start off. It's been a whole mess of spots.
Seth Rollins, great strategy by Balor here as Rollins tries to make it to the bottom rope. Balor drags Rollins back.
So that belt sucks again, but this time to John Cena's sound. And what are we, 3 minutes in this time? 4 minutes, exactly 4 minutes into the show. And we've got, okay, commercial skipped 4 minutes. And we're back. And in case it takes you a little bit longer, we are at 4:10 right now. You know, in case they give you the 2 6-second ads where you can't skip either, which is really infuriating. And in case those of you who are still out of here, we are now coming back in at 4:25. Oh, here it is. Wow, it happened this early? Oh God. Balor took it wrong. That's why. Do you see how Balor took that? He like folded his elbow into it. Yeah, that was a botch. That was a bad botch. That's not even Seth's fault. Well, I don't think that was Seth's fault. I think Finn took that wrong. And now Finn is probably not going to be able to use that arm like at all for the rest of the match. He's going to try and hold it. He's telling the ref now, I'm sure. Oh yeah, you could see how Clay he's hurting. So this was supposed to be a babyface match, wasn't it? Because Seth had come back and people liked him. See, you know what I don't understand? Yeah, that time it was definitely Seth going back and like, you see how fucked up his elbow is? Yeah. Backbreaker. And props to Seth. Props for Finn for pulling through. That happened so early in this match. Kevin, then why are you showing us the beginning of this match? Why? You didn't need to show us the jump start, the spot jump start. Now, I'm going to look up real quick exactly what Balor suffered here, because I want to see exactly what happened, what became of that. Slot there. Let's see. I know he messed up his elbow, but I want to see the specifics of his injury. 2016. See, this is where the Bay Area brawler, Skylar Greenberg, and his master computer really come in handy, because instead of wasting the time looking this up, he would have had it Johnny on the spot. And that's why he's here. It's a shoulder injury, but I want to see what exactly he did. All it says is from his shoulder, but it doesn't say exactly what he did to his shoulder. So, oh well, we tried. This is where Skylar would come in handy. So, Skylar, you got to show up on more of these live streams. I don't know what to tell you. You just got to be available at any time, even though it's like 5 a.m. where he is. He's got to be there. It's got to be on the spot. Nice scoop slam. You know, I bet what happened here is I bet that he knew it was messed up, but the adrenaline was still allowing him to use much of his extremities. And then when he finally got back to the locker room and it all started, the adrenaline started coming down. He's like, oh, man, I messed his shoulder up bad. He knows he messed it up, but he's still doing what he can here.
It took a lot of guts for Seth Rollins to cash in Money in the Bank on Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania.
Look at how non-binding his leg vice is for Seth. Sorry, Seth. It shows very clearly that you do not leg vice very often. Because if you want that to be a full-fledged body scissors, you got to give him a little bit more than that. Balor is no Ric Flair as far as selling.
Here's another example. Kick right to the back of the head. That's more psychological than anything else right there. Rollins toying with Balor now, showing him losing control.
And this is interesting too because Balor had this wasn't his first match on the main roster, but that would have been close. That would have been close. Oh, advertisement. Sorry, I didn't see it. It's another quick one. I don't know what they're talking about. All right, we're coming in at 9:17 right now. And then I'll let you know when 9:30 hits as well, in case you're behind. 9:30 right now. Continue. And Frog Splash. Now, I wonder how many frog splashes we had seen leading up to this moment. Knowing this was 2016, you could have had a Charlotte and Sasha Banks frog splash at this SummerSlam. Could have had Kevin Owens with a frog splash at this SummerSlam. I don't even know if he was on this SummerSlam. Was he? He had to have been. See, this is why we need Skyler. Oh, no, he faced Cesaro, I think, didn't he? Or was that the year after? I don't remember. So I'm going to look up SummerSlam 2016 while I do this. Sky, we need you. I need you because you structure the show a little bit better. Here we go. Well, the reason I'm looking this up is because this match is really not sucking me into the moment. A, because the crowd doesn't care. Not really. Did he just lick his ear? Oh, that was a nice DDT, though. That was cool. Okay, match card, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Best of 7 series. Oh, this was when the Cesaro and Sheamus series started. Enzo, forgot. Enzo and Cass versus Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho. Oh, yes. I remember that feud. That feud happened. Apollo Crews versus The Miz for the Intercontinental title. Roman Reigns versus Rusev, which was okay. Cena versus, oh, right, Cena Styles won. This was the one with Orton and Lesnar. That's right. And then Dean Ambrose and Dolph Ziggler. I'm sure that was thrilling. See, I've seen some matches of this, but I've never seen the full show in its entirety. SummerSlam 2016. Boy, the fans are really just not into this at all, are they? Because they don't really know Finn Balor, and just his appearance alone and all this, you know, that was a cool kick, though. Finn knows how to rally, but I don't care for his selling or his moveset or his promo. Or the sling blade. I wish we could leave the sling blade at home and never do it again. I hate it. I don't know why. It just seems so... It just doesn't seem like a move that would actually do anything additional to somebody. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's just my smarkishness. Are they going to do the suplex into the Falcon Arrow? We're not even... Here we are going into the second half of this match. And now it's going to be just a couple... a great sequence between two stars. And see, that's indicative of the whole problem. It's not who has the advantage and who's better and who's not. It's, oh, what a great sequence of moves they just did on each other. And that just takes me out of it, because that's not storytelling. That's just moves and then people trying to sell moves as storytelling. You can't put the Demon King on ESPN. ESPN has kind of deteriorated to the point where you could put Orange Cassidy on it, really, if you wanted to. That was not a 1916 DDT. I don't know why Michael Cole called that as 1916, because that is not what it was. And here we are in another advertisement. Once again, I did not call it. This one has dogs in it. I like dogs. 13:55, 7:58, 39, 14 minutes. Coup de grace, worst finishing. I would say that I hate the natural selection just a little bit more than I hate the coup de grace, but the coup de grace is definitely up there in lists of finishers I could do without being finishers. And once again, Seth is not very good at locking in holds. Because there's a lot... Oh, I didn't know this was a no DQ match. Why is this a no disqualification match? For what? It's the very first title match. Why? Why? I don't know. Because we have to have a winner. There's no reason for that. You could have to have a winner and still, I mean, not that I would end this by disqualification. I wouldn't. But there's no point in adding the stipulation onto it. Just don't do it. Just don't do things to get you disqualified. Or do, as a heel, do things behind the referee's back to make it disqualification. I know they're both supposed to be faces, which is a story for another time as to why this match is booked. The fans really just do not care. And now, again, booing at the belt.
Now Finn sent back in. Rollins is going to trail after him. And Finn fighting back, kick to the hamstring, back of the knee. He's been working out throughout this entire match. Oh, Seth out. Into the corner.
Kick. Side kick, yep.
Could be in for a new Universal Champion here. Kick out by Balor, stays in it.
The fans just don't care, and I kind of got to agree with them. I mean, I like Seth, and don't get me wrong, with the work what they're doing with the knees and the leg, and Seth selling the leg, at least for this moment, it's not like they're not trying, but to me, I just don't see it. I'm not getting into this match. The jump start, they didn't care. The belt of obviously has turned fans off to this. And the commentary, I mean, again, they sound like they're at golf. And there's one thing about like taking things slow, and another just, I don't know. I think it's just Cole's delivery at this point. That was actually kind of cool. That was like a T-bone, but he thatched it into a pin early. That might be the most impressive thing I've seen this match. That was cool. It was like a Beck-sploder, but he like caught the leg. That I really like that. That honestly should be a finish for somebody. I like that a lot. That would be a great finish for somebody. Ooh, I might have to give that to one of my ACPW guys. Maybe I'll give it to Balor, actually. All right, this match has got me thinking, so at least I'll give it that. That's another move I really would like to not see again. The top the rope assisted enziguri kick, because Jericho started doing it, and Jericho's looked good, and Jericho's was unique, and now everybody does it. And that's another thing that I think is turning me off to this, because Rollins and Balor have a very similar moveset in a lot of ways. And a double stomp, the move that I hate the most, because it shows I'm too small to do anything else. A la Riho. I've never liked double stomps at all, ever. And I know that's kind of stupid and petty on my part, but it's just a move I just don't like. Coup de grace, miss. And props to Finn Balor for even doing a pedigree and for taking his arm and wrenching it back like that. I mean, like I said, adrenaline is obviously making him power through all this, but it's impressive that he worked through all this. I don't know, who knows how much damage he did after that spot, that buckle bomb spot, that kind of led him to having to vacate it for so long. I guarantee you we're getting at least another ad. Here it is. And it's going to be right at 18:59 is where it time stamped for me. And once again, I'm going to be able to skip this, which is nice. All right, 19 minutes right here. We're doing a picture-in-picture of a pedigree. It is 9 minutes and 10 seconds. 13, 14, 9, or 19, 15. It's going to Phoenix splash it, I think. Oh, there it is. There it is. There's the cliche. You heard it. What do I have to do? It was a Phoenix splash that he landed on his feet for. Double stomp again, the rocketing drop kick. Okay, fans now are at least a little bit more into it, but I think they definitely changed a little. Oh, here we go. Suplex in the Falcon Arrow. Called this spot. Oh, changing into a pedigree. The stomp. I hate this. Oh, look, another drop kick. What a surprise. Let me guess. He's going to do another one. Oh, what a surprise. Now, coup de grace. Please end this. Well, congratulations, Kevin Owens. You're about to win the Universal title. This is the beginning of the end. Because, yeah, he won it, but then he didn't realize. I can definitely tell that Finn doesn't realize just how bad his shoulders messed up at this point. At this point, he doesn't realize how bad it is. But it took him out for, like 9 months or something? But you can kind of tell. You can kind of tell. Oh, this was his debut match. See, if he had actually kept this going, the Universal title would not be looked at in the same way as far as needing Brock Lesnar or giving it to Goldberg or Kevin. Let's not talk about this title. Let's not talk about this Universal title. All right, so they're just going to do picture-in-picture stuff, and fans are going to cheer. Is he going to go kiss somebody? He's going to go high-five a child or something? Hug his dad? Hug his mom. Beautiful. Hug his folks. Oh, what a great moment, our boy. Oh, what a great moment. I don't know, man. This didn't make me like Finn Balor any more than it did before. You know why the fans didn't like this match? Because there was no real. I mean, besides the in-ring, as far as the selling the leg, which by the way didn't really factor in. Like most times that Seth Rollins' leg gets attacked, it didn't mean anything because he's got to get all the rest of his stuff in to finish the match. And Balor, it's just. His moves are one-dimensional because it's kick, it's big drop kick, running drop kick, stomp, double stomp on the outside, assisted enziguri, rope assisted enziguri, a DDT occasionally. And honestly, in all fairness to Finn Balor, since this point in 2016, I will admit that in my eyes, he's gotten better. He's gotten better. I liked his match with him and Thatcher. You know, I definitely think that his healing it up has helped a lot as far as what personality he had. I don't think he had much personality for a long time. You know, it's the same thing that I feel like people say was a problem with Roddy Strong. And it's something I said about Roddy Strong. It's like, I like Roddy. You know, Roddy was always athletic, but I never cared because he had no charisma, no personality at all. And then NXT brought that out of him. And I think that they did a good job with Balor, especially when he went back to NXT, getting him more personality. So I think there's more to Finn Balor now than there was at this stage. But that match, to me, it was just blah. And I don't blame the fans for not really caring for it. On a show where not a lot of those matches I would have really cared for to begin with, and of course the way that Lesnar and Orton ended. But that being said, that's our match of the week. We will talk about that on Friday, and we will have that ready for you on Friday. And then later tonight, stay tuned, because we're going to watch a Rumble. We're going to watch the 2000 Royal Rumble, where we're going to see Rikishi shake his booty, and that's just the beginning, folks. That's just the start of it. Plenty to see there. I am your Colonial Champion, Sean McCarty, wearing the Super Bowl-bound Tampa Bay Buccaneers jersey, which I will maybe wear tonight. Maybe I won't. We'll see how we go. But with that said, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time. And next time will just happen to be later tonight. So we'll see you tonight.